Hi, people. Welcome to another episode of Josh's Review Corner. On this episode, we're going to be reviewing SiahThyLegend's newest project, I'm Not a Rapper. SiahThyLegend, Venezuelan Texan Christian MC, originally based out of San Antonio, but who currently resides in Dallas. And for me, already off the bat, with knowing that knowledge, big ups to him because, I'm a native Texan. I've been born and raised and currently reside in the H, you know what I'm saying? 27 years here in Houston. And so I definitely rock with that. But he's dropped a new project a year after his previous project. And this project's actually been making quite a bit of noise due to some controversy here and there, whether it be the stuff with the DKG key thing or the Forrest Frank deal. But here's the thing. I mean, that's all cool and all, but I'm here to talk about music. I'm not here to talk about no controversy. I'm here to tell you how does this project sound, and is this project something you should go listen to? So, as always, I'm going to take the approach of addressing what the themes are in the project. Then I'm going to mention what my favorite tracks are in the project, what my least favorite song was in the project, and then just my overall score and thoughts, and is this a truly gospel-centered album? So let's talk about the themes of this project. The biggest theme that is just expressly presented in the project is this idea of being an MC. In fact, in the second song, Minister Freestyle, he says this: I'm an MC, that's a minister of Christ. And the biggest theme I could say is that it's being unashamed in the Lord and constantly pointing to the Lord in every single aspect of his life, and how he is not ashamed to tell you he follows Jesus. He just isn't. And that is the biggest theme of it. But obviously there's so much more. I would say in a lot of respects, this project is a testimonial project where he is just laying bare all of the struggles that he's gone through in his life, all the struggles he's currently going through in his life, and just some of the trauma that he's endured as life has gone on. And so those are the two biggest themes and things going on with the content of this project. So nothing else really going there. But let's talk about some of the favorites, my favorite songs from this project, because there are quite a few of favorites from this project. Firstly, we have the song Minister Freestyle 2. I'd probably say this song is my favorite song. I know this is the song that's getting the most, that has the most controversy surrounding it, but I just ask you to take controversy aside and just really think about this song on the merit of itself alone. This song is amazing. One thing I got to tell you that I love about SiahThyLegend already from just listening to this whole entire project, and it's present in Minister Freestyle 2, is that this dude knows how to structure a song. Another thing, and if you heard me on my Limo Blazers project, one of the things I said that I think saturates the genre of Christian contemporary music is oversaturation. Well, I think another thing that oversaturates specifically the Christian hip-hop genre is a lack of song structure. Like, it is like sorely lacking. People will just come out with songs and they'll just start rapping on it. And I mean, it's great. It sounds good. The beats are amazing. The lyrics are great, right? The energy is awesome. But a lot of times, what you'll see is like it could definitely need, like, some of these songs need some structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to know what's going on. We need to know where you're taking this thing. And something that SiahThyLegend has just a very good knack for is songwriting and song structure on the whole. Because while this song doesn't necessarily have a hook, which it kind of does have a miniature hook in there, it has a beat switch. It keeps the song interesting. It has just different layers to the song, whether it be the ending part, the beat switch, the beginning part of like the actual pre-lyric instrumental part, and then the instrumental part of the first beat. So there's just so much structure going on there. And just talking about the song, first off, these lyrics are hard hitting. These lyrics are very, he's just laying out his own opinion. He's just laying out his opinion, man. And he's not afraid to tell you what his opinion is. Whether you think that's right or wrong, whether I think that's right or wrong, that's what he did. And that's what he laid out. And man, like I said, this beat switch, oh my goodness, bro. I would think I was listening to this project in the gym when it came and that beat switch came on. I think the people in the gym thought I was having a seizure because of how hard I was like, oh my goodness, like this song is crazy. That beat switch is crazy. And then when he got to the "Tell Him I'm Free" part, oh, that "Tell Him I'm Free," I'm gonna tell you, that "Tell Him I'm Free" might be one of my favorite lyrical moments of the entire year. And you might say, well, there's nothing crazy. You're just saying "Tell Him I'm Free." It's not the fact that like that's such a crazy statement, right? It's the way he says it on the beat that he's doing it on, and it's just such an impactful performance and such a moment that stands out in my mind on the project. So Minister Freestyle 2, definitely a standout. And I want to give a big shout out to the producer of this song, John Swift. Man did his thing on this beat. I know SiahThyLegend's also credited as a producer, but John Swift, bravo on this beat. Bravo on this beat. And that's not the only song that's well produced. And I'm going to give a big shout out to the production of this album, even before we go further. Austin Knoll of Remnant Sonics fame. I love Austin Knowles stuff. I was a big fan of Upper Room whenever it dropped with Adam Elijah. Adam Elijah and Austin Knowles dropping Upper Room. David Tomas is on this deal, and I mean his song was amazing. With I believe he produced Punches, if I remember so correctly. David Tomas had great production. The standout producer on this project, though, for me, easily, Alvin Cedric. Bruh, whoever that dude is, I don't know him personally. I don't know him personally. I don't know him professionally. I've never heard this dude's name in CHH until this project. This dude's phone needs to be blown up, man. Because I went and looked at all the other songs he produced after I heard all the heat he was producing on this album. And what I come to find out, he produced I Bet. He produced that song. And then he produced a couple of other songs that just have amazing beats. And it's one of those things where you're like, how is this dude not bigger? How does this dude not have more production credits to his name? I mean, Alvin Cedric is the most listed producer on this project besides SiahThyLegend himself. But Alvin Cedric produced 2 songs. He produced Tale of Morris, and he produced A Point Proven as well. Actually, I think he also produced Josiah. Don't quote me on that. He might not have produced that song, but I believe he also produced Josiah. So he actually has 3 production credits on this project. Just amazing. Amazing dude. That dude needs some more credit, I'll tell you what. And then you also have the song We Ain't Done Yet, and it says featuring, produced by Locke. I'd imagine that's how you say the name. And he is the producer for that song. And so just a big shout out to the producers on this, man. You guys did your thing, bruh. This thing was crazy sounding. And it kept me interested the entire time. Not for a single moment were my ears bored of what I was hearing. So Minister Freestyle 2, probably my favorite song on the album. But let me tell you, these other songs I'm about to list are not too far behind. Swing First is another one of those songs. The hook on that thing, hit. I love the hook. The hook is so catchy. Swing first. Like that hook is so good. And then obviously the Austin Knoll production on it is just amazing. Punches. Even though Punches is not one of those songs that really stands out to me a whole lot with the lyrics of the song, the beat also is not the biggest standout for me. But the hook, just like I said, the structure of that song is so good, and the hook on that song is good. And so I want to give a big shout out to SiahThyLegend for the writing on that song and just how he structured the hook. Even if it's not necessarily my favorite lyrics or favorite beat, it's a standout in the fact of the structure. Swing First is a standout in the fact that I just think the song is amazing. Point Proven is one of those songs that initially I wasn't the biggest fan of, but after going back and listening to it in different settings, different scenarios, I gotta say I love Point Proven. Even though I don't think Ali Minju's voice has really done something for me there, I still think that it passes, right? It gets a pass, and just everything else about that song is great. The beat is great. The lyrics of that song are great. I just love that song. And then you get to this song, track number 6, Tale of Morris. I can't recall a song outside of the No Big Deal project on the song Don't Cry that made me feel just so entrenched into the story of the song, such as the song Tale of Morris. Tale of Morris is such a personal, deep song, and there's no beat switches. No, there's no hook. He's just telling you what's going, this is my life. This is my testimony. It's crazy what's been going on in my life. And I just appreciate the raw honesty of this song, and it sounds amazing. Like, don't miss that point. It sounds amazing, in addition to the fact that it has such a raw and honest testimonial. And it's definitely one of the few tracks this year that's made me feel emotional listening to it. That and Don't Cry, and then a couple other songs, but those two songs particularly of note, and Taylor Morris is up there. Uh, Another standout that I want to point out is the song Josiah. So another thing that you can tell about this project, and I would be, if SiahThyLegend watches this, I would love to hear your what you were thinking when you were making the project. But for me, I actually hear a lot of Kendrick influence on the project on a whole, specifically on two songs. On the song Josiah, I hear a lot of, if you remember, if back when I used to listen to secular rap, there was this song that Kendrick Lamar had called Duckworth off the Damn album, and Duckworth had this 3 beat switch thing, and a lot of these beat switches sounded very similar to that. But even with that in mind, the beats that are produced on this thing, and just so I can make sure I'm getting this right with who produced it. No, I'm sorry. There was another. I missed out on a producer. Alvin Cedric did not produce this. Jody produced this song. This song is amazing. This song is so good, well produced. The beat switches add so much to it. I love him telling the testimony of the talent show, and how the coach would tell him if he gets benched, I won $250 my first check. That is just such a cool lyrical moment on the project, and such a cool testimonial part of the project. So Josiah is one of those songs that is a big standout for me. I'd probably say it's my 3rd favorite song on the project. And there's a last song on here called Sharpen That Axe, but I'm actually not going to include that. Even though it is on the album, I'm still not going to include it because it says bonus on it. And so I don't want to include that in that. So I'm just going to review those 8 songs. So remember, my favorite songs off this project: Minister Freestyle 2, Swing First, Point Proven, Taylor Morris, and Josiah. And Punches is another one of those songs that stands out for me. Now, my least favorite song on the project is, funny enough, I had actually commented on your SiahThyLegend's live stream that this song was one of my favorites, but I've been listening to it more, and for me, it's grown a little bit old, and I think it's just not catching me. I think it might have something to do with the way that the We Ain't Done Yet's mixed. I don't know what it is about the way it's mixed, but it just throws me off so much, and it makes my ears feel really you know what I mean? It's just, I'm not off when I listen to that song. It's just this, like I said, it has great structure. The actual the transitions to the hook, the verses are great. It's just, for some reason, the way that We Ain't Done Yet's mixed, it throws me off, and I think it could have been mixed maybe a little bit better. And so We Ain't Done Yet's probably my least favorite song on the entire project, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad song. Can I say that? I don't think it's a bad song, but I definitely think it is my least favorite song on the project. So that's my least favorite song. And then now we're going to answer the question, is this album gospel-centered? And unequivocally, no questions asked, this album is gospel-centered. Like I said at the very beginning, the biggest theme of this project is being unashamed in Christ. The biggest theme of this project is being open, honest, and raw, and just sharing your testimony and bearing to witness the Lord's work in your life. I mean, this is inside the Legend's life. This album is definitely gospel-centered, is definitely Christ-centered. So if you're looking for an album, a Christian rap album that is really heavily focused on the gospel, this is definitely an album to go check out. Now for the final grade that I would give this project, and I've had to think this one through, I would give this project a 8 out of 10, but it's so close to a 9 out of 10. I really mean it. It is so close to a 9 out of 10, but for me, it's an 8 out of 10. And out of all the projects I've listened to this year, it's up there with the projects like The People We Became. It's up there with projects like, dang it, dude, what was that project? It's up there with my favorites. Essentially, all I'm trying to tell you is it's up there with my favorite albums of this year that have released so far. This thing is just so dang good, man. It is genuinely a treat to listen to. I think that Another thing that he expresses in this album is the fact that, one of the biggest things that is lacking in Christian hip hop is just good quality content. Like, we sacrifice content or quality so much when we make Christian hip hop albums. And this is just a reminder that you don't have to sacrifice on the quality to make an album that honors God. You can make an album that sounds high quality, that is performed high quality, and still honor God in the entire process. And it's just such a treat to listen to. So this one gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Definitely go check it out. If you listen to the project, I would love to hear what your favorite song on the project was, and you tell me what your thoughts are. Guys, hope that this was helpful. Hope that this was informative. And yeah, love you guys, and you guys just have a great and blessed day. I'll see you guys later.